Okay, here is my predictions on the Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather fight. So obviously, these two guys are not the same weight class. Logan Paul has a whopping, yes, a whopping 40 pounds, 40 freaking pound weight difference. So Logan Paul is basically 190 pounds. He weighs more than me. And Floyd Mayweather is 150 pounds. Who do you think is going to win? Do you think that skill or, talent has anything to do when it comes to weight? You think that outweighs weight class? No, it doesn't. Logan Paul will win. Logan Paul will basically destroy Floyd Mayweather unless the fight is obviously staged. That is the only way he will win. When you're dealing with raw mass, pound for pound, you obviously would have to put all your money, bet it all on Logan Paul, because there's no freaking way. No way in the world that Floyd Mayweather, unless he's a freaking, I don't even know how he'd be able to win. Like the reach advantage, the height advantage. I mean, look at these two. This dude's like a solid foot taller than Floyd Mayweather. And we're not talking about some random guy on the street. We're talking about, he has some skills. Okay, he's able to, he has some training. It's not like some random guy on the street where you can make the argument, oh man, Floyd Mayweather, he's a professional boxer. He actually has skill. I mean, and I'm not even touching the age difference. Obviously, this guy will just be able to naturally, and I'm not even a Logan Paul fan. Okay, but even I can admit that, there's obviously something wrong with this fight. It will be like David versus Goliath in this fight, because this guy's 40 pounds taller. Are you serious? 40 pounds? 40 freaking pounds, bro? It's over. It's just done. You can't compare. You cannot compare, because he can naturally have more power in his punches without really even trying, just due to the fact that he weighs more. His arms carry more mass, so he will just naturally have more impact. And Floyd will just be freaking, peppering him with light punches that really don't do any damage. You have to be kidding me if you think, Logan Paul will lose, unless he's just terrible or it's staged. Like, you have let's be honest, even a random person who weighs 40 pounds more than Floyd Mayweather would probably have a good chance at beating him, just due to the fact that he's bigger. Let's be honest. Let's not kid ourselves. He might be able to, hug Jake Paul and, cater to the refs, but that will only take you so far. Why is he even fighting somebody outside of his weight class like this? Either it's going to be extremely staged, or, what's his name? Logan Paul is going to just be terrible, like a terrible boxer. But it seems like he has average skills. And this is a bad look for both boxers, because not only are you fighting somebody smaller than you that weighs less than you, and not only is, Floyd Mayweather fighting somebody with little to no experience. I mean, yeah, he's famous, he has clout. No, that doesn't matter. What's next? Is he gonna fight freaking actors or Hollywood stars just because they're famous? What is this? Obviously, you know, Logan Paul, he will win. He will win. Floyd Mayweather, he can only, like, stamina can only take you so far. Skill can only take you so far. You know, when that reach advantage comes up, it's fighting an uphill battle. Height, reach, you know, weight. Those are the main factors. That's why we have weight class. That's why we have these things to separate, you know, 125-pound fighters from like 200-pound fighters, because you could literally kill the person. It's like it's literally like an adult fighting a freaking toddler. That's the amount of weight difference that there is. It's going to be a massacre. It's going to be a slaughter. 110%. Unless it's just staged. Unless it's obviously just staged, or he's literally just terrible. Like, even I could step in the ring. If I weighed like 40 pounds more than Floyd Mayweather, I could step in the ring and probably have a fair shot. If not, defeat him entirely. Oh man, he's so fast. Yeah, but his punches aren't going to do anything just because of the mass of Logan Paul. He can just absorb all the punches because he's so freaking big. Okay, that's what you don't understand. This is either going to be a staged exhibition fight, and it's going to be obvious, or Logan Paul is just going to be so terrible and he just ends up, you know, losing, or he's just going to be intimidated. Because it seemed like they had a street fight, which wasn't really a street fight. It was just him running, Logan Paul just running, and Floyd Mayweather might just be able to intimidate Logan Paul so much and, you know, take away his spirit, and he just ends up afraid, you know, taking away his spirits in the first 2 or 3 rounds. That's the only way, because this is really just mind over matter at this point. Maybe Floyd Mayweather has this flawless, you know, strategy. Maybe he's just that good. But he's like, what is he, like 50 years old? He doesn't move as fast as he was in his prime. No, he can only be so good. And he's really, if he wins this is like fighting somebody like 40 pounds heavier than you is probably a better win than fighting one of the top guys in your weight class. If he wins this, then, you know, maybe he might be the greatest fighter of all time. Who knows? Who knows? Because an average guy that weighs 40 pounds more than you, and he has average boxing skills, that's still, you know, a harder fight than somebody who's in your weight class that is probably, you know, give or take, greater skills than you, or one of the top guys. This will be the fight of the century. This will be the fight of the century. David versus Goliath. Skill versus, you know, muscle and mass. We'll see, but my money is obviously on the bigger guy, simply due to the fact that he's bigger. Okay, simply due to the fact that, you know, height advantage, you know, reach advantage, you know, age advantage. He's younger. He's able to naturally, you know, move faster. I think he's like my age. How old is he? Like 24, 25? Yeah, he's just going to be able to naturally, you know, move faster, flow faster. It's an uphill battle, and if, you know, Floyd Mayweather wins this, that's a great win, because, you know, it's literally like the only card he actually has is his skill. That's the only thing he has is his skill, bro, and his, you know, speed. That's all he has. He's losing in every other department. He's losing in the age department. He's losing in the reach department. He's losing in the height department. He's losing in the everything, pretty much. It's going to be the fight of the decade. Okay? You know, yeah, Logan Paul is going to win. Put all your money on Logan Paul because there's no way. There's no way.